interested to see the negative effects. So we got the sun, that's essentially kind of south-ish. And so the sun is going to hit these, which will kind of drown these guys out. But I don't think for very long.
No, not for very long. No, because once they get a foot tall,
they'll catch up.
Yep, exactly.
They'll catch up real.
Show us some love and hit that subscribe button. Remember to hit the bell icon to get our latest videos every week. Before the video starts, let me apologize for the sound quality. I'm going to be getting this wireless headset microphone system, which will make the sound quality much better. So I'm asking my community if you could. In the description below is my PayPal. And let me know who you are, what you donate, so I can give you credit on upcoming videos. Now, let's get back to the garden. Now again, I do the same thing with my container garden. I'll show you guys in the video later on, but I layer them. So all my tall stuff goes in the back, my medium is in the middle, and my small things go in the front, so they all get as much sunlight as possible.
Yeah, beautiful. We run in the same exact philosophy.
All right, so also what I'm seeing is that you're planting them about a foot apart?
I'm shooting
foot
for
and a half?
15 inches.
Yeah, foot and a half.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, I'm kind of, truth be told, I'm eyeballing it, which is, fine. They're just, I mean, one of my mantras is, they're just plants, it's just a garden. I mean,
yeah, don't over worry it. Right, exactly. Enjoy it. Right.
One of the things I've found about plants is they really want to survive. Like, despite all of my efforts to kill them,
absolutely.
They want to survive.
Again, it's nature. Nature will survive. Like, it will find a way.
It's see some bugs on something, a little bit. You might hear me say in future times, or I feel like the plant will push through that resistance. They're designed to do it. They'll be okay. You see a bug on your plant, A, don't kill it unless you know exactly what it is, but B, like, don't freak out. The plants are going to be okay. Like, it's so rare for some weird exceptions to this, but it's so rare that a bug is going to come along, or a group of bugs is going to come along and wipe you out. That's by the way, that's composted manure, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to smell the manure. He's like, you're picking up poop. And I'm like, I know I'm picking up poop. Ready, guys? Ready? Bon appetit.
Poop-tastic.
I'm not doing that.
Not even with bacon?
Oh, that's a whole nother video. Will it bacon? These, I noticed, are different trellises. They're kind of like telephone poles. You were telling me about these before, but I can't remember what they were for.
Well, I think they're primarily for peas, but I never got an explanation for what they were originally made for. So my grandfather asked my stepfather to make those for him, and I assume that they were for peas.
Well, and I'm also looking at possibly even cucumbers, because if you tie a string down and tie it this way, tie a string down, tie it this way, and do this, you then have a nice 4 foot, 5 foot surface, and then if you intertwine them, so you could get a nice triangle trellis going on here.
Yeah, I've got, it's probably a good idea for these. A lot of cucumbers would outgrow this height. A cucumber will definitely be north of 6, and then
Right. So I'm short, guys. That's why I have to look up for 6 feet tall.
Later in the season, I'll show you. Oh, look at the bluebird.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
He's checking everything out.
Yeah, he comes and definitely fertilizes my garden for me. That's for damn sure. He drops a lot of poop. I think at this point, I'm going to mix up my liquid fert. I'm going to get my granulated fert ready, and I'm going to get my, what am I going to do? Get my compost ready, and I'm going to start burying these guys in. One of the things that I think people are interested in is seeing people screw up. So this is a great example right here, right? So last 2 nights ago, when I was putting in these zinnias, I kind of had one extra. And so I was like, oh, I'll just throw him on the ground right there, right? Where I put him there, and just, we'll see if he makes it. I won't even pay attention. We'll see what happens. But you see this right here?
Yep.
That's rainbow chard. This was a row of rainbow chard.
And it's coming back?
Well, I think it just wasn't touched by me, but I kind of ripped up this whole area.
Because I'm wondering if that's 1, 2.
Where's that? Yeah, I probably ripped the hell out of that. But I did a row this way. You can see they're all coming up.
Yep.
And then I did a row this way, and I completely nuked them.
Now again, like Jamie's saying, no fuss, no bother. Like, have fun doing this. Make the mistakes.
Particularly when you're doing stuff from seed, because then it's not like it's a big cost that I've hurt myself. It's just, a little embarrassment, which is no big deal.
These are paprika peppers. And I was like, okay, so what are paprika peppers? And he's like, these are peppers that paprika's made from. I'm like, paprika is made from peppers? Did you guys know that?
The actual breed is called a Luschauer pepper, paprika pepper. And they are, I think, propagated primarily in Hungary.
All right, so now we've laid out the peppers. As you can see, he staggered them very nicely. They're 18 inches apart, correct, Jamie?
18, yeah.
All right, so when it comes to the peppers, is it going to be like the tomato plant where how far are you going to, like, how do you want to plant the pepper? Because you showed us how to do it with the tomato.
It's actually a very similar technique. The peppers don't mind being supported. They won't throw out roots, but they don't mind being supported up the neck there a little bit. So they will be countersunk.
So all these baby leaves on the bottom, you can always bury.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna snip them off, so just with my fingernail,
Yep.
I'm just gonna pull them off like that.
And then set it into the ground.
Yeah.
And then about an inch from the bottom leaves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all by feel for me. And I'm not like a huge. I need to get better at it, but I'm not like a really good pepper grower. Like I think I've got a lot to learn when it comes to peppers, and so there's something that I'm missing. I think when I compare the peppers that I grow to my peers, and typically I'll see peers over at Greeley Park in Nashua, New Hampshire. Which is one of my favorite places to go. But I'll see the peppers that they grow, and I'm a little flabbergasted as to the success that they're seeing and compared to what I'm seeing.
And again, this is stuff that I need to also learn because, like, okay, so how do you treat a pepper plant compared to a tomato? I've always just treated everything the same.
Yeah, so I think in the case of tomato and pepper, they're both in the nightshade family. They're related.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And so I think treating them similarly is good, but of course the tomatoes are gonna vine. These don't, So
Right.
They may require some different kind of staking or trellising, but when they're interspersed at 18 like this, they should support each other pretty well. But what I might end up doing is just tying off, like put another stake here and just tie off a string so that they're kind of
have something
encased. Once
correct.
Big, and
Yep.
bushy.
Yep. Yeah, I grew ghost peppers a couple years ago, and they actually worked pretty well. I didn't get a huge amount of fruit, but the fruit I got was just picture perfect.
Sure.
Right, but hot as hell. Like, I almost grew them this year again, and I'm like, I don't need to eat hot stuff anymore.
Yeah. Well, again, we were talking about the paprika pepper.
Yes.
For a seasoning, that those hot peppers dried and ground down like that. I mean, you have to be careful because you can get hot stuff like in your eyes.
Oh yeah.
And stuff.
Oh yeah. So what are these peppers going to look like? I'm just curious what a paprika pepper looks like.
The fruit looks like almost like a long red jalapeno, like a little bit longer.
No kidding.
Yeah. Yep. And then
So the color of paprika is the color of the pepper.
They're red.
Wow.
Yeah, red.
Get out of
Kind of
town.
orangey.
Yeah.
A little orangey.
I'm guessing you're going to have a slight variety in it. Like, in other words, some might be a little bit more orangey than others.
Yeah, and it depends when you harvest them too, I guess. But if you want to get them at
and then you can eat them in a salad. Or do you use them for just drying?
You could. They're a thin wall.
Okay.
Are you familiar with? If you're familiar with a Cubanelle pepper, like from like comparatively speaking, that's a thin wall pepper for its size, you know, which is great for pan frying. Comparatively speaking, the paprika is kind of a thin walled pepper, so it's very, very thin walls. And you know, we could do a video in the fall where we fire up the smoker and we smoke them.
Oh, heck yeah. See, guys, guys, this is going to be awesome. These are the things to look forward to this year. This is going to be fantastic.
I think this is milkweed, and monarchs love this stuff.
Oh, butterflies?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So will you leave?
Yeah, I probably will leave one of those.
Yeah.
Maybe this guy. I don't know.
Well, and can you even transplant that just to a different section?
I bet not. I'm gonna pull this one out. It's really delicate. Like I would think I wouldn't be able to do that. Yeah, monarchs go gaga over that stuff. My cat. So like when I'm playing games, right? I have my feet.
I
up
thought
on,
that was from gardening.
No, that's for my cat. I put my feet up when I'm playing games with you. I put my feet up on the desk like this, and my cat will sit right here.
Yep.
And it's not used to me having on my very slippery gym shorts.
And so it slides and it grabs onto you?
Slid off last night, and it tried to grab on the way down. I was like, he's the most adorable thing but he's so dumb, like so stupid.
I hope he's not watching.
I know. You know what? I hope you are. I really do, because you need to hear it. You're dumb. Okay, you think you're smart, but you're not.
Oh man, cat training videos with Jamie next year.
My dumb kitties.
All right, guys, we are at my container garden, and I've already gotten some plants set up here. So this year I started full on emptying the buckets and starting with new soil every 5 years. So the soil's been in here, last year's soil, for 5 years. I keep on fertilizing it, but the past couple years it didn't yield the fruit that I wanted, so I started over. And so I use this. It's good for 3 months of fertilization, but usually after 2 I start fertilizing. So I got to fill up these buckets. I got one over here I still got to fill up, and then I got to bury all these guys. These are going to be for herbs. So I got basil, oregano, rosemary, and thyme. So those are going to be those. And then, so I'll tell you what I got for plants. This is a fancy mixed salad. And so there's several different plants in here. And so what I'll do is I'll distribute them in their pots. We got green beans. We got onion scallions. This is one type of pepper plant. And I'll go through, I'll let you know what exactly these are in a later video. We got a bunch of, like I said, Jamie gave me a bunch of different tomato plants, and that's what all this is. So tons of different varieties. I'm very excited for that. I got some Swiss chard, I got some zucchini, and then over here we have some red and orange peppers, and here we have, again, this is shushimi peppers, if I can say that correctly. Shushimi. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead, put this in here, get this prepped, and then I gotta finish it off. I got some mulch over there, so I'm gonna finish off in between the beds, mulch. It stops it from splattering, fix up the patio a little bit, and we got our garden going. I also, just to let you guys know, I also put these around. So I put these around the rim, and I bend these back so critters come up. Hopefully they get poked. Last year I didn't have any critters in the garden, but several years, every time I plant, especially seeds, chipmunks get in there and they eat the seeds instantaneously. So again, this is where we're at, and at the very end I'll show you everything's planted. Everything looks really nice, and we finally got the garden started. This is great. Perfect time of the year. Great day to do this. I want to get it done because it looks like there's a chance of rain in an hour or two, so I want to get these in. And for me, I like to leave them about an inch or two below the rim. So again, splatter doesn't happen. Let's go and break this up and get these puppies planted. All right, so with the mulch in, the plants in, all the empty pots actually have seeds in them, so everything's nicely mulched. Path looks good, porch is clean. Look at that. And I got a few little starters up there. I got plenty of soil and other little pots to start a whole bunch of, like, I might do herbs for people, and so I can give away herbs. But this is it. It's looking great. Check this out, guys. Look at that. Look at that. That's awesome. All right. So what I'll do is I'll go through and name everything in the next video. So probably a week from now, when everything starts really coming back and all the little herbs are started, and I'll let you guys know what we have. We're gonna come back, guys, and we're gonna show you the rest of this. So I hope you enjoyed this. This is the first part. Come to watch the second part. Watch the whole series this summer, this fall. You'll see us reap the harvest and all that stuff. We'll give you some tips, tricks. Jamie's always full of information. So again, we hope you enjoyed this. Get a pot, get a plant, start one plant yourself, and we'll see you guys next video.
Mwah.
Show us some love and hit that subscribe button. Remember to hit the bell icon to get our latest videos every week.